Hey guys, just going to take a few minutes, show a digital playmat I've been creating for season ticket football. I've enjoyed doing that, having a lot of fun with season ticket football. But without further ado, let me get to that. And this is a game I've been playing in the community replay project. So here's the playmat. It's very busy, as you can see. I want to take a lot of this out, but I still like it. It's got everything I need at the drop of my fingertips, and I got my charts here and my dice here. So that's what I've got going on. I'm just going to run a few plays, maybe do this drive. Uh, you can see I've got it linked to like the advanced rules will take me here. Let me hide this. And then the little icon brings me back to the digital playmat. This is my score sheet. This takes me to my score sheet where I'm entering in all of or the stats that we're tracking in this project. I usually track a lot fewer stats than this, but this is what's going on for the project. So I'm just capturing kind of the minimum. You can see it's halftime. Baltimore just had a really long, very nice drive to end the first half to go up 14-13. Both quarterbacks are 12 out of 16 with one touchdown. Um, the leading receiver is Flowers for Baltimore. He has 51 yards. Um, Boyd has two catches for 47 yards for Cincinnati. Um, Leading rushers, I don't think anyone's really standing out. 21 yards for Lamar Jackson on 5 carries. And Mixon for Cincinnati has 6 carries for 26 yards. Um, Jackson did have a touchdown, 2 sacks each for the teams, no interceptions, no defensive touchdowns. Um, after I score a touchdown, I usually come over to, so I'm playing on the playmat. I score a touchdown. I click here to go enter in all the stuff, put the drive summary information. And then I was finding that I was having to go back to the playmat to check my extra point area right here. So what I did is I just took a little snippet of that and put it right here because I don't really need that field to see if I make the extra point, just to save me a little bit of flipping back and forth. I did protect this the cells that have the cells that have formulas in them, so it'll skip over those. I want to make a button to clear out everything once it's over. Hadn't got that far yet. Had to do some VBA coding, and the coding's not bad. It's just the ranges because of the way I built this. I can't just tell it to clear out everything from here to there because then it's going to clear out my areas that I have formulas. Um, so need to tweak that a little bit, but that's what I got going on. I'm going to show off a few plays here. Maybe do the whole drive. We'll see. But Baltimore kicked it off to Cincinnati. It was a touchback, so it's their ball, first down and 10 at their own 25. So I'm using the for season ticket football. If you're familiar with it, there's normally um, individual play cards that you can use, and I put a tab down here for that as well. Um, but I prefer this is in beta version. The Clay's doing this. It's kind of a one. He calls it a one roll um, play result chart. So I'm going to show that off a little bit. I really like it. I do miss the one of my favorite things about season ticket football was the pass through mechanic, and I hadn't played it enough to be able to probably explain it well. But there was yeah, here we go. So if you were using inside run, um, and you rolled a 20-29, it would send you to the defensive play card. And he has it set up to where you wouldn't be like in a deep zone or something that's not valid. I'm not great with football. I don't think deep zone is valid with the inside run. I think that would be more something like a rush contain or something. So I don't know how he did it, but Clay did a phenomenal job where it's only going to direct you to the card, and I'm not explaining it well. But anyway, I was saying all that to say, like one of my favorite things was that it would. I missed the pass through mechanic where if you're running a play on the inside run and you roll a 20 to 29, it's going to send you over here to 20 to 29 um, for the pass through on one of the appropriate cards. I do miss that, but the functionality you get, how the speed that I'm getting with this is well worth it in my opinion. With the one play chart or one roll chart. So let me just show how it works. Um, you do have to use the modifier by 5. So I'm looking at Cincinnati's chart, and their modifier when they're behind is +2. So you can see that he says to multiply the modifiers by 5. Um, and so Cincinnati's multiplier when they're behind is +2. So 5 times 2 is 10. So I'm going to add 10 to whatever result I get. So here we go. I'm going to roll the dice. I'll have to tell you, I don't have the fancy overhead camera to show, um, but I rolled a 67. So I'm going to modify that by 10 to make it a 77. So you can see what I'm checking here is wide receivers 2 reception rating. Is it, and I wrote a blue 7. So is wide receiver twos reception rating at least a 7 for Cincinnati. And I know they have nines. Wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2 must have been a pretty legit passing team. I know they were. Um, so wide receiver 2 is Tyler Boyd. His reception rating is a 9. So he makes that. So he gets 8 yards plus the blue die, which was a 7. So he gets 15 yards. So Tyler Boyd gets 5, 10, 15 yards, and move my first down chains, and 5 seconds for the play, and then 30 in between. Click here to put in Boyd's 15-yard gain. And I've got it calculated to count the attempts for the quarterback if you put something in here, or if you put an X or anything in an incomplete attempt. So I don't have to put it in both places. So I like that. So now I'm just right back to it, and you can see it is now first down with 14:25 to go. So this time I rolled a 63 plus 10 is going to be a 73. So quarterback accuracy. So I'm looking at Burrow's accuracy, and I wrote an 8 on the blue die. So is he at least an 8? And it's only a 7. So that's going to be an incomplete result because the rating is less than a blue die. So only 5 seconds for an incomplete pass. And I got to move this to second down and put in that X for Burrow because that was a incomplete pass, and you'll notice he went up to 18 completions. So now it's second down, and I rolled a 50. So I'm adding 10 to that and going to make that a 60. So it's an automatic gain of 6 yards, and the little asterisk there means it's a run and play. So I got to check the carry because your little key is over here. If you get the red asterisk, use the rush column to determine the defender. I wrote a 1 on the green die. So that is Joe Burrow, actually. And he got a 6-yard gain. So that's going to make it third down, 5 seconds for the play, and then 30. And I got to put in that rushing for Joe Burrow. And I said it was a 6-yard rush. So now on third down, the modifier, since it is third down and 4, I'm going to use the +20 on the team roll. And there are different modifiers for different situations. If I was in a hurry up, I'd add 30, 2-minute offense, add 60, running out the clock 60. And then I have a link here to those timing rules. So this would take me to those timing rules. I put that chart right here. If you, I'm not super familiar with the timing rules, so I needed that. But let me roll out this third down and 4, and I'm going to add the plus 20 over here. So I wrote a 82, so I'm going to add 20 to that, so 102. So I'm looking at the safety two's tackle rating. I wrote a 4 on the blue dice, so is the safety 2 at least a 4? Tackle, he's a 6, so he beats it. So his rating is greater than the blue dice. So it's only an 8-yard gain, but that's going to be enough for the first down. So 5, 6, 7, 8. And the finder is a 15. And I get that little subscript C. So I'm using the catch column. So catch 15 is Tyler Boyd. And I like having this highlighter left over here in case I don't remember. So it was an 8-yard gain to Tyler Boyd. I always get in the habit of moving the chains and do all this stuff first. So Tyler Boyd receiving. 23 yards. All right, I'm gonna do one more set of downs here and not talk my way through it so much. 91 plus 10 is 101. So safety 1 is he at least a 3 on his tackle. Safety 1. His tackle is a 5, so it beats it. So it's only a 7-yard gain. And that was on the catch column, so 20. I wrote 20 on that dice. So that's going to be Trenton Irwin for a 7-yard gain. Brings up second down and 3. 75, so it's going to make this an 85. Running back 1, so it's a reception by the running back. Is his reception at least a 1, and that's going to be Mixon. His reception is a 7, so he was pretty good catching the ball out of the outfield apparently. So he's going to get 4 plus the blue die, so it's a 5-yard gain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We said that's a 5-yard gain for Mixon coming out of the backfield. Third catch. Whoops. So 3 catches for 19 yards. And Cincinnati is moving the ball. And I think I forgot to do this. I try to get into the habit of before I go to put the stats in, move the ball, move the down marker, move the clock, and then do the stats. Got a little off my rhythm since I'm broadcasting live, but that's it. And I'm going to stop the recording there. Hope you guys like that. I like to see what you guys do. So thanks for showing what you do. That's what I do. Just a little payback. Thanks. Have a good evening.